What's your house design, by the way? This, or is it this, or this, or that? Okay, hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Kunda 7, a place where we talk about ideas to elevate our homes. And today we're going to talk about house designs. In other words, what's your kind of dream house do you want to build? As time changes, people also change perspective about their home designs. And in recent years, residential houses, I think people are more inclined towards modern elements with extraordinary floor plans. So in this video, we're going to look at the house designs that we've got today, which are trending, and what's your house design right now? What's your house design, by the way? What's your house design if you're watching this? Is this this? Is it this? Or is it this? Or this? Or that? Some people aspire for a classy, elegant look, while some people dig into the organic look, the traditional look. Personally, I think I'm all traditional. Well, my partner actually is more inclined to modern looks. So here's an opportunity to know what's your house design. It's really imperative to go for materials which can be recycled or which can be used multiple times so that we can protect our environment. Let's get. Before we start, I wanted to shed some light on to talk about the modern house design. The modern house design, it's sort of like, it's not a style of its own because it's reinventing the architectural designs that we've seen before, or reinventing the contemporary. It's sort of not like a style of its own, but reinvention of the styles, the designs that we've seen. So you're going to see traditional modern, you're going to see the cottage modern type of house. The most important elements of the modern house design, I think it's focused on functionality and simplicity as aesthetic. To the next, the contemporary house design. This style gets its elements from the modernist styles. Many contemporary house designs today boast eco-friendly materials and designs, are focused on clean lines and natural textures. The color palette is mainly neutral with the pops of color added in the interiors. And talking about the interiors, in most cases when it comes to the interior, I think it's very, very important to consider your needs, the things you're gonna do in your house, some of the activities that are going to take place into the house. Or if you have kids, if you have old people, you have someone who uses a wheelchair, the whole interior of a house, I think it would depend on someone's needs. Next, I'm going to talk about the Cape Cod home design, and this came into existence around the 1700s, and that's around, I think, the 18th century, and they were built to withstand the bad weather, the European bad weather of the winter. You could imagine how bad the weather was at that time. But the original ones were very simple, with wood siding, with a window on each side, and with a central door. And today, the Cape Cod home design got those elements incorporated into the home design, with windows on each side and with a central door. So the key elements: flanking windows with a central door. And the next one, which is quite my favorite, the African traditional home design. When you look at traditional or vernacular architecture in Africa, it's different depending on which place you are actually, but gotten something that connects African design. African traditional home design, yeah, it's secular in form, and sometimes it's interchanged and grass hatched, obviously. And then there is emphasis on use of natural materials, stuff that is environmental friendly. But of course, today you will see it with the modern elements. It's modernized, but then it's keeping its secular form, and of course with so many other different elements. Like when you go into the inside, I've seen some having even a swimming pool within the whole inside space, and then it's intertwined. Yeah, I think it's really amazing. Okay, the next one, the Greek Revival house design. These are the easiest actually to point out because of the impressive columns that they feature. Mostly they designed to emulate features of the Greek temples, to showcase the philosophy, the culture of the ancient Greek. Mostly then stone was used, but recently I think they used plaster and then white walls. Mediterranean house design, which is quite one of my favorites too because of the arched windows, doors and interior casings. They feature white stock walls, tiled roofs, and hemwood stone. Victorian house design always encourages the connection between the outdoor and indoor living. I think it's favorable for places which are warm or which the temperatures are quite warm. Key elements to remember: tiled roofs, arched windows, space that connect the indoor and the outdoor, white stock walls. And the next one, I'm going to talk about the bungalow. I think this is the most common one today when you travel to East Africa, and normally it's one story. It can have 2 to 7 bedrooms on the same floor, but with just one living space, which is shared by everybody, has a separate attached kitchen. Today, people are incorporating the modernist elements to the bungalow, so it's gonna have open plan kitchen. This time it's incorporated in the design. Cottages, a cottage house design. Cottages came into existence around the 19th century, and they were homes to the working class farmers. They were referred to as huts, which reminds me of the African huts themselves. But today, cottages, when you mention like I want a cottage house design, it's sort of like people are using them to make a cozy, fancy kind of a house design for a holiday, not mainly for a house. I don't know, but I think that's what we got today. Like when you say I'm going to the cottages, it's more of like the designs for a holiday or people where they go to have a relaxed mind. Key elements to remember when you want a cottage house design: wood siding, small space generally, and a small porch in the front, and then a cozy fireplace. Tudor house design. You don't have to be an expert to spot a Tudor house designer. It's a home with an asymmetrical roof. Tudor house design got stone, masonry, timber framing, steep gable roof, and a classic gridded windows. Sun is really terrible. It's doing me bad. So I have to stop all the time. The Victorian house design. This came into existence around, I think, the 1830s, and then became popular around the 1900s. Normally, they do have 2 to 3 stories, colorful facades. They include bay windows, small porches, and small towers. They do think they're extra, actually, in a sense that they mimic ideas all over the world. And this is a time, actually, the British have been all over the world colonizing everybody. I do think that when you travel and pick different ideas and then improve these ideas, you can really make something extraordinary. Then the next one, farmhouse design. The farmhouse design, I think it's one of the most popular ones today also. It's normally rectangular, got high ceilings, exposed beams. When you look at the modern farmhouse today, it's sort of inclined to the clean lines, neutral tones. The details are stone or sometimes brick with that outdated roof, which are elements of the modern house today. And lastly, what I'm going to talk about, French country house design. Honestly, think the features of the French house design are similar to those of farmhouse design. Mostly it's built using stone, and then on the inside you find a fireplace made of stone. The color palettes are neutral or muted, have high pointed roofs, and distressed wood. That is it on the house design styles. Hope you find some inspiration for your dream house in the future, or if you're planning to design a house. Please leave me a comment, tell me what you think, or some other types that are popular that I left out. Leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you for watching, you guys. I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe.